Whiskey Jason here. Whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have a Dingle again. I've had batch 1, 2, 3, as well as the first release single pot still. And today I have a Founding Fathers Cask number 149. Yay. Triple distilled whiskey bourbon cask. I love the first release from Dingle, the 3-year-old. Actually, the very first video I ever did in English. The reason why I started doing my English YouTube channel, to be honest, was Dingle. Now I actually have the possibility to taste one of the Founding Fathers releases. I am not a Founding Father of Dingle. I didn't even know that Dingle existed 5 years ago. This was distilled on the 13th of August, 2013. This was bottled on the 10th of September, 2018. And Mr. Whiskey in Eschborn, Germany, actually had bought back then the cask number 149. And the bottles came over to Germany, and I guess there were a few bottles more than he expected, or that he wanted, or whatever, and he sold them graciously to www.irish-whiskies.de, DE for Deutschland, which is Germany. And Mareike Spitzer, the owner and a friend of mine, she offered these to select customers. And I grabbed 2 of them and said, wow, 89 euros, about $100 for a cask strength 5-year-old Dingle. These things go on auction. The other Dingle batch 1 and the Dingle first release and so on, these things go for $300, $500, $800. And I got to buy a single cask. I haven't seen a single cask cask strength out there yet, and I got one for $900, which is amazing. So today, as I often do in my videos in German, I'm going to do something which I do not do very often in English, is I'm going to compare them. What I have here is from Pierce, single malt Irish whiskey cask strength, 5 years old. When I was at the distillery at Pierce Lyons in Dublin, Ireland, I actually found out that they have a new 5-year-old whiskey. They had set up the pot stills before the distillery was finished in the church there in St. James. And so they had actually distilled a lot of whiskey, actually, to be honest, as much as they could. And therefore, they also have a 5-year-old whiskey. My ladies and gentlemen, this is the future of Irish whiskey. Brand new 5-year-old Dingle Irish whiskey. Nothing from Middleton, nothing from Bushmills, nothing from Cooley. These are the new distilleries. These are the new boys on the block. Dingle 5-year-old. Pierce Lyons 5-year-old. Isn't that a beautiful bottle? If I actually would hold this up here like that, you would see how beautiful this bottle actually is. 120 euros, $140, $100. 59.3, if I'm right. 59.5. Both 5 years old. Both newly made Irish whiskey. It's such a privilege to be able to taste both of these side by side. First, the nose. I get a Hawaiian punch, and I love that flavor of bourbon matured Dingle whiskey. Fantastic. Hardly any burn on the nose. 59 point something percent. Over here, I get a much deeper type of Hawaiian punch with more of a crispy, lightly browned marshmallow touch. Pierce Lyons used the cask from Town Branch, their bourbon casks. So they actually continue the cycle. Really interesting story. Pierce Lyons in Ireland use pot stills from Louisville. And in Louisville, they use pot stills from Europe. So full circle. And also here, what they've used for their bourbon in the States, the barrels come over and they use them in Ireland. So this has been actually aged in Town Branch bourbon barrels for 5 years. I really notice it. Over here, I do not know exactly what bourbon barrel was used for this. When I did my German video, I said I'm going to guess. And I might be 100% off, but I guessed it's going to be a Maker's Mark. I don't know. So Which nose do I prefer? Actually, I prefer the Pierce Lions. It has more character, more depth. It's a marshmallow, brown, perfectly brown marshmallows, included with the Hawaiian punch, included with the malted grain, included with the vanilla of the bourbon. Very, very nice nose. This is a fantastic nose, and both of them are not at all alcohol forward, even though they are in 59%. Very, very nice whiskeys. And this is the future of Irish whiskey. This is the future I'm looking forward to. I'm so excited. In the summer, I visited 10 different distilleries in 10 different days in Ireland. It was fantastic. I got to meet a lot of people. I was there with the master distiller here from Pierce. I did not make it over to Dingle. I want to do that. I think I'm going to take a 3-day trip. Just fly over from Germany. It's a hop. Fly over to Ireland, spend 3 days there, go to a couple different distilleries, West Cork, Dingle, and so on, that I wasn't able to get the first time, and hit some more of those, get to know some more people, because this is the future. This is fantastic. Good tasting. I'm going to taste it pure, 59 point some percent. Excellent. Oh, wow. Now, the alcohol is more than present. But it's more than not just bearable. It's actually delicious. Oh, I remember the very, very first time I tried batch 1 of Dingle, and I fell in love with it. Then I tried batch 2, and it was the sherry cask, and I went, I tried the batch 3, which was the port cask. I was like, well, and now I get to finally have a founder's father, founding father. 59% does that to you. The founding father, single cask, 5-year-old, and I get that same unique, distinct, beautiful, luscious, delicious character, and I just fall in love. I fell in love with Dingle all over again. Wow, I'm gonna have to see if I can find another bottle of this. This stuff is so good. Over here, wash my palate. I remember something now when I taste this. This is very interesting. You have the heads and the tails, and you have the heart. And one of the things that Pierce Lions like to do is like to take a little bit more of the heart and extend it up into the tails. And that's exactly what I'm getting here. That burnt marshmallow, that brown, tanned, perfectly caramelized marshmallow is what I'm getting here. But it's a deeper, darker, complexer, fuller moment. This is actually very nice. This is delicious. This is a minus on my scale. This is a B plus. This stuff is actually, for a 5-year-old Irish whiskey, fantastic. This is, for a 5-year-old Irish whiskey, unbelievably magnificent. It's not difficult to compare the two. Now, someone else can be sitting here and someone else taste these and go, oh, this is fantastic. This is so sweet and fruity. No, this is dark, rich, magnificently complex. True. This is a little bit more simple, but a little bit more exactly in my wheelhouse, exactly what I like to have with my Dingle experience, what I had the very, very first time. Value for money? I have had the privilege to participate in quite a few, that's a big number, a few cask shares. So what we do over here in Germany, I'm sorry for all my friends over in the States, is your barrel picks, right? You go to the store, they pick the barrel, you might be able to participate in that. What we do over here in Germany, brokers actually offer people, individuals, barrels. This actually was bought by a Mr. Whiskey, and he bought that barrel. all the whiskey in there he had to pay for. He had to pay for it to be bottled in Ireland. He had to pay for it to be brought over here to Germany. And after that, it was his to do with whatever he wanted to. If he has signed up with the government and is actually allowed to sell alcohol, which is basically the same thing as selling peanuts or pencils or anything else over here. In Germany, you just have to have the license to become a businessman. And you have to say you're selling whiskey or oranges or pencils or computers. They don't care what you sell. As long as you don't sell it to anyone under 18 years of age, ta-da, you can sell it. And that's what he did. He sold it as a wholesaler to www.irish-whiskies.de. And she, as a reseller, then offered it to us. Of course, she took her cut on the price with 89. He probably paid 69 or maybe even less for that back then. I've done the same with a few different barrel picks, as we call them, barrel shares over here. And you can get some fantastic juice at half the price you normally pay. You never know if it's going to be great or if it's not going to be great. I have a Glengoyne sitting over there, which is somehow a little bit different than I've known from every Glengoyne I've ever tasted. It's the smoky, peaty type of Glengoyne, which I didn't know existed. And so you never know. But here, he invested in the very beginning, one of the founding fathers. He gave them start capital that they needed, which they were able to use. It rested for the 5 years. He paid for the bottling. As I said, he paid for the shipping. He paid for the taxes to bring it over here. And now it's finally here. Over here, we have something totally different. I bought that in Ireland. I bought it at the airport. I, as a private individual, imported it into Germany. This is my bottle. I'm going to taste it. I'm going to drink this, and it's very, very nice. All right, so I think I've said enough. You'll never see this, sorry. German exclusive, Cask 149. Might go through an auction and might land up someplace else in this world, who knows. But other than that, I think your chances of getting it are next to nothing. WhiskyJason here. Whiskey from the viewpoint of American tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Thank you very much for watching. My question of the day is, what is your favorite whiskey from Ireland that is not produced at Middleton, Cooley, or Bushmills? So what are some of the new distilleries out there producing things? West Cork, Dingle. Now we also have some other places that have actually started up. We have the Poke that you can try from West Cork. We have here from the Pierce, the different things that are now on offer. What are your favorite whiskeys that you've tried that have not been produced at Middleton, with Cooley, or up there at Bushmills? Thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. My videos come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of American in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Bye-bye.